How many of you are afraid of emergencies and feel that as hard as you work, money just seems to disappear? Well, I wish for all of us today to be more conscientious regarding where your money comes from and where it's going. But most importantly, how to effectively use it. This will not be a step-by-step solution. It will be more of a call to action, to seek financial knowledge, to seek this financial literacy. I am personally still trying to figure out how to better allocate my resources, but luckily from a young age, my family instilled in me the value of work and the importance to respect your money, and especially when dealing with money. I believe that no one is perfectly qualified, but some of us have a better understanding on how to act and react on some instances. And why, you might be asking, why do I need this? What is the problem? I know how to use my money. I don't have debt. And well, good for you. This is very, very good. But most of us are not that well financially versed. So to clarify, being financially literate does not mean to be wealthy. It just means to be a competent money manager. There's a study made by Rock the Street Wall Street website that says that the median retirement savings account has only $5,000 on it. And according to another CNBC study, 40% of Americans don't have enough cash to cover an emergency. Because we're not able to effectively have or maintain an emergency fund, we may need to use credit cards, making an expensive situation even more expensive due to interest fees. Many of us are just stuck in this loop, focusing on improving the present instead of focusing in securing the future. This causes us not to focus on retirement funds. A study made by Forbes states that only 34% of people opted in on a 401k within the first 6 months of work. According to a research made by the Investopedia website, and I quote, states that, and I quote, low financial literacy has left millennials, the largest force in the American workforce, unprepared for severe financial crisis. According to a research by the TIAA Institute, even among those who report having a high knowledge of personal finance, only 19 of those answered questions about financial concepts correctly. 43% report using expensive alternative financial services, such as payday loans and pawn shops. More than half lack an emergency fund to cover 3 months' expenses. 37% are financially fragile, which is defined as unable to or unlikely to come up with $2,000 within a month in the event of an emergency. Millennials also carry large amounts of student loan and mortgage debt. In fact, 44% of them say that they have too much debt. So when and how should you start this process towards financial education? Well, there are some steps, some possible solutions. This will not be the same solution, one size fits all, but here are some steps, something for you to start. And the simple and most ignored step is just to keep a budget. All financial advices will be useless if you don't know where your money's coming from and you don't know where your money's going to. Once you understand your personal cash flow, making an informed investment and setting aside the returns or reinvesting is one of the most effective ways to prepare for retirement. For example, a study from Forbes states that, and I quote, if you're earning an annual average return of 7%, a reasonable expected return for a balanced investment portfolio, your money doubles in roughly 10 years. So as much as you can start investing right now, that money will double. Well, you might question that you don't have enough money to invest, or that you are afraid that you will need the money that you invested in case of emergency. Well, the reason you should only start investing once you have an emergency fund, which is what the church teaches us, is because we need to do things in order. You can't start investing when you don't have an emergency fund. That will compromise any future emergency that you might have. You need to do things in the right order. I just fear that people don't understand the importance of seeking financial literacy soon enough. And not preparing for the future has implications that not only affect your life, but of those around you. I believe we all wish to provide a better life for our children. Being able to provide all the things you wish you had growing up, being able to travel and experience life is something that comes from seeking financial literacy and seeking to improve your quality of life. But remember, you're not supposed to have everything right now. You are supposed to have the things in the right order. So what do we need to do? Well, it's never been so fundamental for our future to be prepared and to be knowledgeable when it comes to financial decisions, so we don't face or make the same mistakes as others have done before us. I challenge you to seek financial knowledge, to try and understand your financial position. From there, make sure to have an emergency fund and then set yourself up for success. And most importantly, remember that being financially literate or seeking this financial knowledge will not make you a billionaire from this night to tomorrow. It does not mean to be wealthy. It just means to be a competent money manager. If you are in a better financial position that your parents were, that your grandparents were, this just means that you're a competent money manager. And this is what is financial literacy.